Imagine this. You're grinding through life, paycheck to paycheck, convinced that wealth is locked behind fancy degrees, fat salaries, or some insider's secret you'll never touch. But what if the system's biggest joke is on you? Because a guy mopping floors and pumping gas for decades dies with $8 million stashed away, and nobody saw it coming. Not his neighbors, not his coworkers, not even the people who pitted him for his ragged coat held together with safety pins. Ronald Read. Remember that name. It's not inspiration. It's a slap in the face. Think about it. You wake up every morning, scroll through ads screaming, "Get rich quick," apps promising passive income while you sleep. But Ronald? He didn't buy the hype. He fixed cars and scrubbed toilets in a small Vermont town, earning what? Barely above minimum wage? Yet he turned that into a fortune that could buy your dreams 10 times over. Why does that sting? Because it exposes the lie you tell yourself, that you need more money to start building wealth. Ronald started with scraps. What's your excuse? Picture Ronald in 1945, fresh out of World War II, where he dodged bullets in North Africa, Italy, and the Pacific as a military policeman. He comes home to Brattleboro, Vermont. No hero's parade, just a job pumping gas. 25 years of grease under his nails, fixing engines for folks who probably looked down on him. Then, at an age when most slow down, he switches to janitor at JCPenney, 17 more years mopping up after shoppers. Married a woman with kids, no fanfare. Lived in the same modest house. Drove a beat-up Toyota Yaris he bought used. Cut his own firewood into his 90s. Safety pins on his coat, because why waste money on a new one? This isn't quaint. It's brutal. It forces you to confront your own spending. Those impulse buys, the coffee runs, the subscriptions you barely use. Ronald saw them as leaks in a sinking ship. Do you? But here's where it twists deeper. Ronald wasn't just saving pennies. He was hunting value in a world that hunts you. Every spare dollar went into stocks, not flashy tech gambles, but boring, reliable giants he understood. Procter & Gamble for soap and toothpaste. Colgate-Palmolive for everyday essentials. Wells Fargo for banking basics. He'd hitchhike to the library, pore over the Wall Street Journal, pick companies that paid dividends like clockwork. Buy and hold. No day trading, no timing the market. Just patience that borders on obsession. In 1959, he drops $2,380 on Pacific Gas and Electric shares. By his death, that's $10,735. Not luck. Compounding. The kind that creeps up slow, then explodes. You think you're patient? Check your portfolio app 10 times a day. Ronald, let decades do the work. What if your fidgeting is costing you millions? Imagine sitting across from Ronald at a diner counter. He'd nurse black coffee, no sugar, because extras add up. You'd complain about bills, inflation eating your raise. He'd nod, silent, but his eyes would say it. You're playing their game. The system wants you chasing trends, upgrading phones, financing cars you can't afford. Ronald opted out. Lived below his means not out of deprivation, but defiance. It's a confrontation with consumerism, with the voice in your head saying, you deserve this. He amassed shares in Johnson & Johnson, CVS, Chase, blue chips that churned profits while he scrubbed floors. Diversified but focused. Avoided what he didn't get, like tech bubbles that burst. When the dot-com crash hit, he probably shrugged, kept holding. You? Panicked and sold low? That's the discomfort. Ronald's habits weren't shocking because they were extreme. They were shocking because they were possible. For anyone, including you. Ronald dies in 2014, age 92. His will drops the bomb. $1.2 million to the local library where he studied stocks. $4.8 million to Brattleboro Memorial Hospital. The rest to stepkids and friends. No yachts, no mansions, just quiet impact. But why hide it? Was it shame? Privacy? Or a deeper jab at a society that measures worth by flash? You see people flaunting wealth on social media, leasing lifestyles they can't sustain. Ronald built real power in the shadows. It implicates you. Every time you post a vacation pic financed by credit, or skip investing because it's too risky. Risk? Ronald faced war zones. Investing was his quiet war against poverty. He won. Are you even fighting? Let's circle back to that coat with safety pins. It's not just thrift. It's a mindset that repeats, value over vanity. Every decision layered on the last. Start small, gas station wages, invest a bit. Janitor pay, add more. Escalate. Dividends reinvest, compound grows. Deeper. Time multiplies it all. But unresolved. What if Ronald regretted the sacrifices? No fancy dinners, no exotic trips. Or did the freedom of 8 million outweigh it? You feel that pull? The tension between now and later. It's not resolved because life isn't. You splurge today, feel good briefly, then dread the bill. Ronald delayed gratification until it became a fortress. But at what cost? His story hunts you. Is your comfort zone a trap? Push further. Ronald's portfolio, 95 stocks at death, heavy in reliables like Dow. Some went bankrupt along the way. He didn't flinch. Diversification absorbed the hits. You? One bad investment, and you swear off stocks forever? That's the escalation. His habits weren't one-off. They stacked, unrelenting. Frugality fed investing. Investing fed wealth. Wealth fed legacy. But no clean bow. What if the market crashed right after he died? Or if he'd lived longer, spent it? The uncertainty lingers. It's finance as a weapon, against excuses, against the grind. Ronald wielded it from the bottom rung. You're higher up, maybe. So why aren't you? You're at the grocery store, eyeing name brands because they feel premium. Ronald grabbed generics, pocketed the difference, turned it into Procter & Gamble shares. That's the human layer. Everyday choices as battles. No lectures, just reality. Your takeout habit? His firewood chopping. Your streaming binge? His library visits. It builds tension. You recognize yourself, don't you? The small leaks adding up. But deeper, what if Ronald's way exposes the psychology of money? Not greed, but control. He controlled his urges while the world lost control, chasing more. Shocking? Only if you admit you're the one being tricked. Ronald's first high school grad in his family. Humble roots, no silver spoon. Yet he outsmarted Ivy League traders. How? Consistency over cleverness. By quality, hold through storms. The 2008 crash? He held. You? Sold in fear. That's the provocation. Intelligence isn't IQ. It's endurance. Ronald endured war, low pay, solitude. His investing mirrored that. Endure volatility, reap rewards. But unresolved, endurance breaks people too. What if you crack before the payoff? Picture Ronald alone in his house, counting dividends. Satisfying? Lonely? The story doesn't say. It leaves you hanging, implicated in your own isolation from wealth building. Maybe you're too busy living to save, or too scared to invest. Ronald wasn't. He hunted wealth quietly, escalated from pennies to millions. No resolution, just the echo. Could you? Ronald Read's life isn't a blueprint. It's a mirror. What do you see, excuses or opportunity? Drop in the comments. What's the one habit holding you back from building your own quiet fortune? If this hit, subscribe for more raw truths on money's mind games. Stay sharp.